स्कीमा डेफिनेशन क्या दिखाया आपने? डेटाबेस चेंज, यूज लैब मैनुअल 3, शो टेबल्स. So your database has 4 tables. ठीक है.
Yes.
Describe groups. ये आपका ग्रुप टेबल. एक मिनट हम ठीक है एक एक करके थोड़ा दिखाओ ऊपर जरा. एक एक टेबल को देखते हैं. इंटीजर, प्राइमरी,
So this is the first table describe groups. So table groups basically. Then I have the guide table, then the project table, and then the student table.
okay. Now show data in this table one by one.
Okay, so this is the groups table data.
Group number of students. Okay.
This is the table for guide.
This is guide. Okay.
This is the project table.
Project table.
And this is the student table.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है. Next आगे दिखाओ.
So these are now what else should I do? So because these are all the like I just displayed everything now. So do you
Now
want-
I have written several queries in
Yes.
third assignment. So whether you have executed all the queries or few
I
of
have
them,
executed all the queries, so
all the queries.
all
Okay.
the updates which had to be done and all the alter tables are already done.
Okay. Good. Good. So from where you would like to start?
Sir, I can retrieve some data using the select statement and show you.
Okay. Okay.
So sir, like if we had to display the
पहले तो स्क्रीन को सेट करो भाई. स्क्रीन आपका मैक्सिमम साइज कैसे आप अपना टेक्स्ट इसका आ सकता है. तो चेंज लेआउट में जाओ. उसमें आखिरी में 3 डॉट होते हैं.
so if I increase the size above a certain limit, then the data is not going to be shown properly because the table is too big.
एक मिनट. हम्म. ठीक है. ठीक. थोड़ा बड़ा. हाँ ठीक है. ठीक.
I'll just restart it. So one
अब
second.
क्वेरी रन कीजिए कोई. ठीक है. ठीक है. फॉन्ट बड़ा कीजिए पर फॉन्ट तो रीडेबल होना चाहिए.
Awesome. I'll do that, but it's showing some problem. So I'll just open this again and then do it. So if I want to run a query, like say get the title of project number 5. if I want to do that, so I'll just display first all the tables so that I know where I'm
आपका
taking
वॉइस
notes.
ठीक नहीं आ रहा, थोड़ा सा माइक्रोफोन को कीप माइक्रोफोन क्लोज टू योर माउथ.
Is it better now, sir?
आप थोड़ा बेहतर हुआ. Select all triples from guide. Okay.
So this will select all the tables from guide.
From manual, you read query. I read query from the manual. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, there are two queries in the manual which I haven't done because I had a doubt in them, 3 and 15. The others I have done.
Okay, I will see that. In the manual, first we have 4 queries related to the constraint. After that, we have 18 queries. Okay. So,
Yes.
which queries you have successfully completed and in which you have doubt?
So I have successfully completed first 4, and then in the second part where we have to update and select state, we have to use update and select statements. In that, I haven't done 3 and 15. The
No,
others
no.
I
In second part, which one? Number 1, 2.
number 3 and 15, sir. Number 3 and 15 are the only ones which I haven't done. The others I have done.
Third and 15th, you
Yes,
have
sir.
completed.
No, I haven't completed. The others I have completed.
Third and 15th, you could not.
Yes, sir. The others I have done.
Okay, okay. So, okay. Whether project 7 was guided by SKGen. Okay. And third is get list of guide who are guiding more than 2 groups of students. Achha. So, first you show the query you executed, name of the student or group, retrieve name of the guide, retrieve group code of the student. Last query you 18th. Can you
Yes.
show?
Group
18th.
code of students whose guide is under SKGen, Dr. SKGen. These ones.
Retrieve group code of the students
Okay, so this
whose
one
guide is
and execute
SKGen.
this one.
सेमीकोलन नहीं होगा. चलो Have you written the name correct? It is
Yes. Now,
SKN dot
now it's executed.
hmm, 1 and 2.
Yes, sir. So if I see under the table guide, this is my column. So all the guide research areas which are related to database systems are managed by Dr. S.K. Jain. So if I look at the other project table, so if I say select staff from project, so then one and two are those project areas which are governed by database. So project number one and two, and therefore group code with these two projects is one and two. So therefore group code of one and two is associated, or we can say managed under the guide Dr. SK Jain, and therefore these are displayed.
When you write a query,
Yes, sir.
okay, how do you think? How do you start?
So I think by first knowing what I need to retrieve and what tables will be involved in it, and then I see what will be the join between them, as in which attribute of the relation is common to create a relation between them, and then I check what the condition is, and then I just put it according to the
No,
parameter.
it is not right way. Okay, I tell you. Okay, so I am sharing now the screen of the manual, right? And we will discuss the same query. It is better if one more student explain, then I will come, so that other student problem could be solved. Okay, so I stop here, and next student who is in the queue. एक मिनट. After Arnav, Raman, Raman Jain. Okay, so first let me know. Okay, database. So tables, then describe table groups. Okay, then describe guide. ठीक है. Hmm. Yes, Raman, how many queries you have executed successfully? All 18 queries of second part. Raman, your microphone is not working. Raman, switch on your microphone.
Hello.
Yes, yes, okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let me know
Yes,
uh,
sir.
how many queries you have executed successfully. All the queries or someone is
Sir, almost all I think.
almost is not correct word.
Sir, one
Well,
or two may be left.
huh?
One or two may be left.
One or two?
Are left.
Oh, so which one are you? Which one?
Uh,
You can see the manual, or I can show you.
sir,
Have you
I'm
manual?
seeing. Yes,
Have,
sir.
have you manual with yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See the manual and let me know.
Sir, like there is question number 3.
Third query and 15th, as the Arnab told me. So you have third and 15th executed.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir. After joining, matlab, using count and joins.
Eh,
Third one using count and join.
Third one is
We will have to use count and join two tables.
okay. Okay. Get list of the guide who are guiding more than two groups of student. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So which query you want to show me? This query? Can you
No.
show 18th
Okay.
query? Last query?
Yes, sir.
Okay, show me the last query. And then third one.
Yes.
Select student. It is showing empty set. What was the query? Yes, Raman.
Sir, actually, I had done them 2 weeks ago, sir. I have
No problem. No
a
problem.
little confused so as
Okay. Okay.
how I did it at that time.
Okay. Okay. No problem. And any other query you want to run here? So let me know, how do you think when you start writing a query? For example, here, how do you think which table you need to select or which attribute you need to take? Whether it is a single query or you have to break up into smaller queries.
So first of all, we have to look for what columns are required.
Columns are required. Okay.
Yes, sir. In which table they are there,
Okay.
and what conditions are required.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Then I write the same query.
Okay. Arnav told and you told. Okay, I will tell you, it is not right way of thinking. Okay. So now I share the screen at my level, then all of you try to understand, right? So manual is visible. I have shared a screen. Let me know when a student can speak.
It's visible, sir.
Visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when we have to compute a query, then how do we think? What are the steps of thinking? Okay. So many students, what they used to do, they simply check which tables the attribute are falling. Okay. What one should do, you need to consult this schema, ER schema. This ER schema has comprehensive information about the entire database. Okay. So This schema is further explained by showing key and foreign key here. This is the relational schema. So I will take the query 15th. So which query are now executed? Third query?
No, sir, I read out in 3rd and 15th.
No, Arnav was executing which one? Arnav?
I was executing the 18th one, sir.
Which one?
18th, the last one.
18.
One.
Okay. Retrieve group code of the student whose guide is SK. Okay. Retrieve group codes of the student whose guide is SKN. So SKN is guiding some project. Okay. And we have to write the group code of the student to which that project is assigned. Right? So one is the guide, another is the student, and third one is the project. These three are tables which are falling, or the query falls on these three, and these three are related to this relationship, right? So guide SKN is guiding the student. This information is present here, right? And the group code, what is asking, we are in result. Group codes of the students. And group code is here, not here. Okay. Okay. I told wrong. Groups here. So group code information is present here. And guide information is present here. And you have to write group code. एक मिनट भूल गया, इसको दोबारा करना। ग्रुप कोड क्या है? Group code of the student. Okay. So SKN is guiding the project, and those projects assigned to which group, so that code we require. So student table is required here or not? Guide, project, and group. This information, these three tables are sufficient, or should we go for student table?
सर वो तो स्टूडेंट से भी हो जाएगा और प्रोजेक्ट से भी हो जाएगा, क्योंकि हमें
एक बार में एक स्टूडेंट बोलो। हाँ,
ये सर वो गाइड का नेम दिया है, वो तो गाइड टेबल से ही आएगा, और स्टूडेंट टेबल में ग्रुप कोड भी दिया है, तो उससे भी हो जाएगा मेरे ख्याल से, और प्रोजेक्ट से भी हो जाएगा। मैंने तो सर प्रोजेक्ट से किया था, मतलब गाइड और प्रोजेक्ट।
अरे उसको छोड़ दो, वो डोंट गो, यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट this schema. Okay, you are talking about the details of this one. This is given there, that is given there. उसको छोड़ दो, don't go to that detail. Come here. From here you have the information that SKN guiding a project, and that project is assigned to some group. And group detail, group name we can retrieve. यही है ना? Let me know. So what I have to do, these three are related. This is related by this arrow, this relationship, and this is represented by this relationship, right? So one way, if I take all these three tables and I do Cartesian product, right? Certainly that tuple will be there, and from the corresponding tuple I can get group code. One way of thinking. Now come here in this MySQL. Group code we require, okay? So we will consult guide, project, and group. Guide, project, and group. Okay? These three tables. We have to retrieve group number, group code. We require group code or project code? फिर वहां जाना पड़ेगा. Group code, okay. So we require this group code, right? And this group code should have the same group code, okay, whose guide number is as guide number here, corresponding to name SK. I repeat it. I have to retrieve this group code, right? Such that this group code is same as this group code, right? And the guide number assigned here is the guide number here, same along with this guide name SKN. This is one way. Second, in my student table, roll number, name, guide, this, okay, group code is there, right? But here project name, guide number is there, then again SKN I have to search. ठीक है, तो select group number from table guide, project, and student, where this value should be this one. Okay, now you show me the query. Yes, Arnav, you write the query now.
So I was not able to understand what you explained, like what is the exact procedure of how we need to think it through.
ये थोड़ा you manage your voice at the microphone level.
Sir, I'm saying I wasn't able to understand exactly what procedure you just explained, how we should think it. Like, could you like just clear that a bit as to how we should visualize the query?
If you don't think in that manner, then this is the mechanical way. Okay, and here some mistake may be committed, because here all semantic information present. The same information is also present here. In a small database, it may be possible that directly you can go, if 1, 2, 3 table, even this 4 table, you can directly write query by consulting this one. In a small database, it is possible. But this database becomes too large. Okay, in next experiment number 5, where 8 or 10 tables are there, then it will be difficult. So the way of thinking is this one. From here, you have to consult your query is falling on which tables and relationships, which entities.
So like that's what I do. That's why when you ask me how I visualize, so what I do is I first see which relations I have to use, and then I see what is the common attribute between them for me to use as a join. And then obviously whatever the conditions are, using the where clause or the order by. So that's how I visualize it and do it. So that's why I was a bit confused why this method is different, because it was quite similar to the method which I use.
I could not get. Repeat.
So I'm saying that this is the same method
I
which I
to
use.
manage the microphone first. Keep
So-
microphone low.
Oh, okay. Are you able to hear me now, sir?
Yeah, speak.
So I was saying that this is the same method which I use, which is first identify the relations which we'll be using
Right.
according to the schema, and then see what is the what join is between them, as in which attributes are common for me to create a join so that I can retrieve information from them, like the Cartesian product. I think the word I was using was wrong, not the join, but the Cartesian product.
You are saying that you have also followed the same way.
Yeah, I follow the same way, yes, sir. But I explained it to you wrong. But the way you just explained, I did that in the same. I visualized it in the same way only, sir.
No problem. No
Yes.
problem. That is not the issue.
Okay.
Issue is not to justify yourself or you that you are wrong or right.
Okay.
That is not the issue. Issue is here how we should proceed. What are the steps? Getting my point?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm getting the point.
That is not the issue who is correct or you are right or wrong.
No, sir. I just wanted to clarify this because I thought that maybe you understood what I explained to you earlier in a wrong way.
No problem. I understand so many things without your explanation. No
Okay.
problem.
All right. Thanks.
The question is that I am not supposed to tell you all those mistakes that you are doing. I understand so many things. Actually, what happens here, comprehension of the schema, okay, and which part of the schema is relevant to your query. So it requires semantic information. So in here, in this EI diagram, we have high semantic information compared to this relational schema. First difference is that, okay, this is conceptual schema, and that we also say logical schema. So when this schema is small, then directly you can go. So you executed that query directly from here. But schema becomes large, then there are always chances that whether you are doing right or wrong. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
one way of argument is you should start from here. We take another example. Okay, third query: get a list of guides who are guiding more than 2 groups. Right? We take this one, third one. Get a list of guide. We have to guiding more than 2 groups of students. So this is the guiding group of 2 students. More than 2 groups, I think. Guiding more than 2 groups. 2 groups of students. Okay. So this is the guide. Okay. Who is guiding to who is associated with the student, and they are associated with the project. And because one project is assigned to one group, right? This is the constraint. So one group is being guided by One teacher or more than one teacher? Do we have the situation whether two teachers are assigned to one group or one project? This is not allowed in our database or in our problem. You see here, one-to-one relationship. It says that one group is assigned to one project, okay, and several projects can be guided by this one guide, right? So these three are the relevant tables here. So first of all, I have to count. So the counting can be done of the project. How many projects being guided by this person, SKM. So if that count is two or more than two, right? More than two, then corresponding, I have to note down the group number, right? So it is one to one, and those projects will be identified from here, and corresponding group name can be identified, right? So this is one way. So how to write retrieve from and where? So here one thing is that counting one aggregate function you have to use. So any student, have you tried it? You can try now. So who will try, Arnab or next student I should call?
Sir, I'm just thinking of how to write the query till then. Maybe you can ask someone else, and if when I'm done, I will let you know and you can ask me if that works.
Okay. So share your screen. Then we have discussion. One student has written Sahil. Select group code from project. Here group number. Acha. Group number is in select that. This is also one way. ठीक है. Sahil has written. Sahil.
Yes, sir.
Your system is ready.
For presenting.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first Arnab will try. Then you will share the screen. Make font larger. Okay. This is guide. ये आपने क्या लिखा, पढ़ने में नहीं आ रहा।
सर एक्चुअली वो टेक्स्ट ना रैप नहीं हो रहा है, तो इसलिए आई हैव टू डिक्रीज द साइज एवरी टाइम टू व्यू द एंटायर क्वेरी।
ओके, क्या लिखा है जरा पढ़ दो उसको, है।
यस सर।
हाँ।
So I've written select guide number
हम्म,
from guide comma groups comma project, where groups dot group code is equal to project dot group code, and guide dot guide number is equal to project dot guide number, and count project dot group code
हम्म,
is greater than equal to 2.
ठीक है, ये भी तरीका होता है, लेकिन चेक करो इसको, आता नहीं आता, नहीं आया।
It's saying invalid use of group function.
हाँ, ग्रुप फंक्शन या
It's saying group function, so I think I may have made a mistake. So I'll just check.
हियर यू हैव रिटन ग्रुप, एक होता ग्रुप बाई।
Sir, I've sent you the query in the chat box. This is the query which I've written.
It is not. What is the response now?
So it says invalid use of group function.
Here you are using group function.
So I'm not using group function. That's what's confusing me as to why
Here
the.
you have written where जो aggregate function you are using, कहाँ पर है? Count equal to लिखा है ना?
Yes, so I'm using count project dot group code is greater than equal to 2.
ये count is not valid here. I think count is used the.
If using the select statement.
अब पता नहीं ये आपने कैसे किया। एक तो ये काउंट नहीं आएगा वहाँ पर।
Okay.
पता नहीं, देखना पड़ेगा इसको। आई एम नॉट कॉन्फिडेंट।
Yes, sir.
क्या लिखा है आपने?
Because count comes along with select statement only.
Okay, I read it. You have written in the chat box also.
Yes, sir. I've sent it to you in the chat box.
Okay, I am reading it. Select guide number from guide. Okay. Here, group code is.
So the doubt I had in this query was the same as to how I will count the number.
Just wait. I
Okay.
read. I am reading it.
Okay, sir.
And you have written select guide number from the guide group. Guide group. In
Yes, sir.
result, you are getting guide number.
Sorry, sir.
In the query, you have written select guide number from.
I've written select guide dot guide number from. Yes, sir.
But in query group number, it is expected.
So, but it says get a list of the guides who are guiding more than 2 groups of students.
Which guide? अच्छा, guide number पूछा. Third, it is third query.
Yes, as the third query. So,
Get list of the guides who are guiding more than 2 groups of students. Okay. ठीक है, guide number.
so one more thing I've done wrong. I know the count is used wrong here, but instead of project.group code, it should be project.guide number.
Let me read it first. I will talk to you.
All right.
One more student have written. Guide number, count, group code. Raman has written correctly, I think. He has used the group having group by. हाँ, ये है. Ordinal select guide number from guide project here. Groups code, project code and guide number guide. And नहीं, ये तो नहीं है. Arnav have written again. Select guide number from guide. नहीं, ये नहीं है. From group project here. Group code equal to project code number. Guide code number. Count function you are using here, I think it is not valid. Aggregate function are used
With select statements.
select clause and corresponding the attribute in where clause. Okay, it is also चलिए मैं देखता हूँ इसमें. रमन,
Yes, sir.
are you ready to share your screen?
Yes, sir. But in my database, there are no guides which are guiding more than 2 groups.
So
So
database is
it will show empty set.
so you add two more tuple there in database, then check this query.
Sir, I have checked. Sir, I have checked it for more than 1.
No, you more than one.
Yes,
You
sir.
check the data in the database. Question is that in database you enter few more tuples.
Yes, sir. Wait a minute. I will add it.
Are you corrected? Then one more student was sharing. Sahil.
Yes, sir.
Can you share your screen?
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
Okay.
Sir, I have done in the same way as Raman has done.
You are getting a result.
Shall I start from the beginning, sir?
You simply execute this query.
Sir, here I have already written the third query here. It gives the name of guides who are guiding more than 2 students. No, greater than equals to 2 students, because I do not have guides who are guiding more than 2 students. So I used greater than equal to.
Select group code from select guide number. You are using keyword in here.
Yes, sir.
You are using keyword in.
Yes.
Okay. You understand its meaning?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is that?
So for example, if you want guide names whose guide numbers are given, for example, guide number is 11, 15 and 10. So in where clause we can write where guide number in 10, 15, 11. So it will give the guide names of guides who have guide code as 10, 15 and 11. So I have used here nested select statement so that we are using two tables, but we are retrieving data from one table. So this this inner select statement will return the guide numbers, and the outer select statement will return the names of guides uh, of guide numbers which are written by this inner select statement. So that's why in is used.
Actually, I tell you, in
Sir, I
SQL,
will show it by example.
several new such keywords have been added. Okay, and each keyword has its meaning. So here one kind of test is conducted based on test is successful or not. Okay, so you should also be aware if I want to write query without using such user-friendly keyword. Okay, so you also try it other way also. Suppose you are not having keyword. Actually, in SQL, what has happened to make query more user-friendly. You are getting my point? Some
Yes, sir.
persons are not so much having technical understanding. They also could write their query conveniently, right? So this
Yes,
is,
sir.
I am not saying that you should not use this. You can use it. At the same time, you should also be knowing that without this keyword, how I can write my query. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So you also try it again in different way.
Sir, actually, we have two cases when we have to retrieve data from a single table, but use constraints from the other table, and the other one is we have to retrieve data from both the tables. So in this case, we are retrieving data from one table only, but we are using constraints from another table. So, sir, I just know the one method for that by using this clause wherein.
Okay, no problem.
Because, sir, I feel that there is no other way to retrieve data from one table where constraints are based on another table. So we need to use this in keyword only, because it just says that, sir, I can show it with the help of example. For example, if I need guide names uh, from guide table, where we need guide names only for guide whose guide number is given. So we, in that case, we need to use in only.
Your echo is coming on.
Sorry, sir, my room is a little wide. So, sir, am I audible?
I tell you. First, you think what we have to retrieve in the result. So one is the select clause. Second, which tables are relevant. Okay. And third, how can I use my conditions such that the desired query could return the tuples. Now, here question NIT here. When predicate clause becomes too complex, other clauses have been given to help you. Group by, okay, having clause. So here you can take help of group by and having clause also. Right? So one student has written, I think group by clause has used. Raman has used. select guide number, count, group code from project, group by, from having आएगा पहले भाई, from project, having, group by, group number. हाँ रमन, हाँ ये क्लॉजेज यूज होंगे यहाँ पर। रमन,
Yes, sir.
हाँ शो योर स्क्रीन। तो आर यू रेडी नाउ?
Yes, sir. I have made the changes accordingly.
हाँ, I told in the beginning there are 6 clauses in SQL. Okay, and first 2 clauses are compulsory and the rest 4 are optional. And all query are supposed to fit in these 6 clauses.
Sir, I have already implemented the query.
So all of you should have good practice of using all 6 clauses first. When you will be familiar with all 6 clauses, when the having on condition is applicable, validity and predicate condition, then the use of keyword in and from. Okay. So because you are not like a student who have not having technical background, because of you have the technical background, so you should have that kind of understanding, not those user friendly features just using. Later on you can use it. The features have been supported in SQL for using them, not for not using them. But who should use, when one should use that, and what is expected from you. Okay, so from you it is expected that you should be very confident in using all 6 clauses, basic clauses of the SQL. Okay, हाँ बताओ ये भाई क्या है ये रमन, what you have written here?
Sir, I am selecting the guide number.
Can you show the tables that have the data?
Yes, sir.
Project. Okay.
Yes,
They are
sir.
G1, G2, G3, G4. Right. Next.
Sir, I have used only one table.
You have used only one. Select guide name. You write the query in chat box also.
Sir, I have already written.
Again written you write. Again अच्छा ऊपर है फिर हो जाना पड़ेगा.
Oh.
रुको. Okay. Select guide number. Counting. Project. Which table you are using here? Speak. Project.
Yes, sir, project table.
Okay. I am. Project table has the attribute project number, project title, project area, project year, group guide, and group code. Okay. So you are doing year guide number. You are making groups on guide number should be. Select guide number, count group code. Group code from the project. Where group guide number having. Guide number. ठीक है, it is correct. Now, can you explain how it is executed? What are the steps of this application of the condition group by?
Yes. So first the guide number and group code. There will be a table in where there will be guide number and corresponding group codes. How many groups
Group count.
They are helping the groups. How many group codes are being helped by a guide, specific guide. Using a select, from, and group. And after this had a table has been formed, you having count group code greater than 2 will return only those guide which are having group count of group code greater than 2.
नहीं, इसको थोड़ा सा स्टेप बाय स्टेप आपको थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर करने की जरूरत है, ऐसे नहीं काम चलेगा। चलिए, एक मैंने पिछली बार मैंने क्वेरी आपको जो एसक्यूएल बताया था वो आखिरी वाले नोट्स में दिया हुआ है। उसमें है कि स्टेप्स ऑफ एग्जीक्यूशन, तो वो अभी तो मैं नहीं बता पाऊंगा क्योंकि टाइम नहीं है, मेरे को स्कैन करना पड़ेगा। नेक्स्ट क्लास में आई विल शो यू दोज नोट्स वेयर आई हैव मेड अ फ्लो चार्ट। फ्रॉम देयर यू कैन हैव आइडिया and better insights of this query plan. And so other student, what is the status of other students? How many students have executed this query using this having clause group by? Write in the chat box those students who have done the query in the same way using having clause. Okay, other students? Having clause group by. Okay. If I say you are not allowed to use group by having clause, even then can you write the query? Select from and where clause by using. If I give you a question, you have to write this query by using only 3 predicates. Select from and where. However, you are allowed to use aggregate function in select clause. What about other students? 3-4 students have written that they have used having clause and group by. Other students have tried or they have not even completed. So those students who have not completed this third experiment need to write in chat box, or those not completed will complete soon, today or by next class. So should I assume all of you have completed, or in next class you Vivek Pandey, you have not completed. Okay. Any other student? So Moolpuru, Mukesh, what portion you have not completed? Vivek and Mukesh, let me know. You have even not created database of few queries you have executed, few you are testing. Database created. And Mukesh, can you share some resource for studying? In the beginning, I told queries creating problem for me. Mukul has written, I created data. In the beginning, I told tutorial links. Okay. So those tutorial links can be used, and the book is the ultimate source. In your lecture class, teacher has which book you are consulting? Navate book or fourth book? In your lecture classes, which book is recommended by your concerned teacher? Navate book. Okay, no problem. So all of you complete this fourth experiment and third experiment, and fourth one you start, and you remind me in next class so that I could discuss few my notes where I have written something that may be useful to you. Okay. So fourth experiment, any student has tried? So those who completed third, they start fourth and fifth. And those who have not completed, they complete third experiment. And even third experiment has a lot of scope of learning. The third query can also be written query and subquery, just like one student used in clause. In third, we can also use subquery, select from where. So in which clause it is used, that if you are aware, then you can try it. So I shall discuss in next class. So any question you want to ask, you can ask me. So I will close meeting, and one viva, all of you have to give sessional viva. So in next class, I will conduct sessional viva. Okay. So you be ready for that. ठीक है? Any question you want to ask? Otherwise, I close the meeting.
सर
So what will the Viva include? Like what all topics will it include? So what all topics will the Viva include?
Topics तो theory classes and this experiment. So in experiment, you are supposed to know all the details of SQL and using, because theory and this practical, they are not separate, they are correlated to each other. So nobody can say that this one is separate from that one.